Hey everybody, welcome back to another show with eCarrier Check. Jared and Nate here. Today is a very interesting video. I want to talk about how we can start landing customers in the tight market that we're dealing with today. Jared, you have been in a broker seat for many years and you've seen some crazy market shifts. You know, let's talk through some ideas on people can be doing today to land some customers.
Yeah, I think the first thing that's really important is having patience. Number one, everyone is getting so many calls right now. It doesn't matter if it's a shipper, it's a carrier, not necessarily brokers, but we're getting to that point where there's so many calls that you've got to differentiate yourself, right? And what I mean by that, let me give you some practical examples of what I mean by that is you need to quit asking, I've got a truck in your area or I've got a load. Hey, do you have any loads I can cover for you? We're past that time, right? Yep. Now we need to get over the hump and we've got to change as sales professionals, as SDRs, account executives. All those things have to come into play and say, okay, what's the market really driving? And I think right now, not only our relationship buildings matter, but I think in your emails, in your voicemails, in your calls, you've got to be authentic. You've got to be vulnerable. You can't cover everything. And I don't think it's really important that you do cover everything. We're just trying to break in, right? That first call, that second call, that 10th call, we're just trying to continue to establish trust.
Right. In order to get that trust, what do you think people should be doing to gain that knowledge? If you're looking into a prospect, what should they be doing to kind of get a better feel for that company before hammering that first call? Because we're talking about building a relationship. Right now it's beyond pricing. We're working on this relationship. What are they doing to help make that cold call to be like, okay, this guy knows about my industry. Yeah. Let's talk more.
I think that now more than ever is about building trust, building those relationships. You've got to Facebook stalk. It's like dating, right? We've got to Facebook stalk people, and you can do that professionally. Okay, and let me tell you some ways to do it. Okay. Number one, set up Google alerts. Go to Google, literally get on Google and just type in alerts. Put that company's name in there, right? Put that industry in there, right? If it's a carpet place that you've been trying to land and you're trying to go after Mohawk carpet, right? I'm not telling you a lead, but it's a lead, right? They ship. You've got to make sure that you understand the carpet business, but you also understand their business. Okay. And you can relate to them in a lot of different ways. Okay. Usually around the holidays, companies will donate money to charities or kids or things like that. You can grab that article, you can send it to them and say, hey, I thought this was interesting, right? Yeah. You can also, a lot of carpet, it depends on where the carpet's from. Carpet's made in America a lot of the times, but guess what? Before it's carpet, they have to import those threads, the things. So then how are tariffs going to affect them, right? What are the shipping rates doing right now, specifically from actual friggin' container ships coming in? So educating these people, and I mean these people like logistics managers, shipping managers, transportation managers, with what you're seeing is wildly important right now. So those are differentiators with education for them. Hey, I saw this, I thought this was interesting. The South is struggling right now with weather. What do we do to go, hey, here's 3 things that I'm seeing that may affect you this week. Mm-hmm. And don't expect anything back. Yeah. Don't expect an email back. This is like a girl, or a guy, I guess, depends on which side of the table. But you've got to make sure that you're not expecting things back. You're just trying to provide as much value.
Yeah, well said, man. Talk to me through about some unique value propositions for some brokers and carriers.
Yeah, a couple things that I think are really important. Gone are the days of that weird DM in LinkedIn, okay? Right now, I think what you need to do is just get them to follow you and make content. Post content. Post pictures of loads, right? It's already free and it's in their feed. You don't need to friggin' get a follow and then immediately send them a hook, right? Gosh dang, it's gone to those days, right? Yeah. So once you connect with them, start posting. Yeah. I think it's interesting, right? So the other ways of growing value are just sharing with them lanes that you're good at, okay? When you go to them and say, hey, I'm really specific on the lanes that work for us, and I'd love an opportunity to be a part of your RFQ, but I'm really only looking for Southeast freight. Is that something that you have, okay? The value that you're giving there is that then they know a little bit more about you, right? They know their business. They know who works and what they do. They're probably trying to find people, right? They're trying to find brokers that can help with certain areas. They're trying to find more assets, right? Like those carriers. So I think it's really important that you explain to them who you are in not only in an authentic way. So leaving voicemails is wildly important, but also through that. Let me give you one other thing. If you're trying to tackle a whale, and this is extremely important, okay? Is if you're trying to tackle a whale, here's what I'd recommend is doing 3 up, 3 down. And what that means is you're going to start calling at different levels to understand some of the issues. I'll give you an example. Let's say that we're going after a distribution of hose, okay? And they've got 15 locations all over the country. Let's call each location, ask for the shipping manager, and just ask questions. Don't ask for their business. Hey, how's shipping going? Do you make the decisions? Do you do this? Do you do that? Or ask them questions about their specific niche and their location and what some of their challenges are that they have. Ask around, and then go to corporate and say, hey, I had the opportunity to talk to 4 different locations about these things. Would you have any interest in talking to me about how I can help with those 4 issues, right? All of a sudden now you've become kind of an advocate within their own industry, within their own company, and you can leave those voicemails, and I promise you, you'll start getting calls back at that higher level. If you're trying to go to C level, VP level, there's some interesting insight that they don't have that you gained that they could gain and go, yeah, we need to talk more to this guy. You just brought more value to that company.
I love that, Jared. Thank you so much. Those are very important things that you just quickly discussed in this video. You guys, if you got something out of this video, please drop a like and a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Our goal is to provide you with some tips and some value to be using on your calls today. If you are needing that extra touch or that extra training, or would like to just add some more shippers to your prospecting list, contact us. We'd love to hear about your journey, about what you got going on. We'd just love to connect. So you guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys later.